Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to... What the hell is that on the camera lens? Don't know what it was. Something from in my pocket. But anyway, welcome back to another video. It is finally time that I can be asked to start stripping the car. I've brought some tools home from work. And we're just going to try and... I think I'm going to try and rip into the hub first. So my start plan for this video is I'm going to try and rip into the hub and try and get that off. I want to get the coilover off because that's the main thing I've been wanting to look at since I took the wheel off and had a little look. That is the main thing I want to have a look at, the coilover. And then we can obviously start taking the front bumper off and start inspecting all the damage under there, underneath the light, getting all the plastic out of the way and just make it look a bit more presentable while it's sat here on the axle stand. So anyway, I'm going to get into undoing the bits on the hub and getting that out the way. Hopefully the bloody cat don't get hit by a car, you dipshit. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. We're just going to start getting into it and I will see you in the next clip. Alright, so guys, I think this bolt right here, I don't know if you've seen me struggling with it a little bit, this one is a bit fucked because that is not coming out for the life of me, and I didn't bring my fucking breaker bar back from work with me, so that'll have to wait for another time. But I feel like I can only get the spacer off while it's on the car, because if I can't get any leverage on all of that, it's going to be a pain in the ass. But I'm going to have a little fiddle about, see if I can maybe crack this off. But if not, get to taking the brake off and all of that shit behind there. So yeah, I'm going to get to that. Alright, so I've given up on that because I don't know if you can see that, but that bolt is rounding completely off. So I don't know what's going on with that. We'll figure that out at a later date. I'm just going to start pulling the brake caliper off, get that out of the way. And then start ripping away at the other bolts like that at the back there, because that don't all need to be on there. Start taking that off, the bent thing, and then start taking the coilover off as well. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that. A bit fucked. Doesn't seem bent. Oh. Alright, so guys, the hub is finally out of the way. Discovered a little bit more damage. It's not too bad though. If I drop this down, get the wires out of the way. I need to take that off because that's obviously fucking yow. That's obviously the back of the hub. So that needs to come off. Anti-roll bar seems fine, doesn't seem bent, it just seems a bit hit. This one, whatever this is, I don't know what you call these things, but that seems straight. But then we come to the steering rod, rack, whatever you want to call it. See, even on camera that doesn't look straight, but if I bend it, yeah, you can see where the bend is. So probably going to need that, I would say. And then I'm guessing this is my brake pad wear sensor, because that's ripped right out of there. You can see where the wires were and where they connected. No, But I think the next thing is going to be get this coilover off. So I'm going to take the top screws out, and then that will come out. Wow, you can see how bent it is right there. Little bit bent. Max, got a little friendly helper. I have. Hey yo. Oh, you big wimp. My gimbal's died, so we've jumped to the tripod. But luckily for you, that means better angles, like this angle here. Oh. I'll do this. No. Where did that go? Ah, I'll find that at a later date. I think that's the least of my worries at the minute. I'm going to start stripping all the front shit off, getting rid of all this smashed up shit here, get that front bumper off, and then go from there. Alright, so guys, I haven't really made the car look much better other than piles of shit all over the floor, which I will tidy up of course, but I wanted to show you this because I was always worried that there was going to be some sort of structural damage, frame rail, anything like that, because of this wing. This wing's like dented in here, and this part, as you can see right here, is bent, which has pushed this corner in. I knew that because there's a gap here and not a gap here, which just means this whole corner has been pushed in a little bit. But I think what's happened is this has bent in, it's gone in, and it's took this part with it, which has then creased the wing, and what it's done is it's crumpled here on a bracket, which really is not a bad thing, because this bracket can be replaced or it can just be bent back. Whereas if it was a frame rail or anything like that, like any of these structural parts up here, down here, any of it, it would have been a bit of a bad time. But luckily it's just this little light bracket, which I should have assumed because the whole light bracket is here somewhere in and amongst all this shit. I actually don't know which parts are the light bracket. That's part of it, this is part of it, half of it's still up here on the car, so yeah, that's a good thing. But it's all stripped down. Suspension parts that are okay are left, other than this one, which I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. I did, like I said, I took all the wheel arch liner out. Well, I didn't say that, but I took all the wheel arch liner out to see structural wise, but I can't see nothing, not a thing wrong with the frame rails. It does look a bit funky here, but that's because where there's a join down the lot, like down the middle, there's a hole there, which makes it look a bit bent, but it's not, I promise. It's literally just a hole behind a flap of metal. But other than that, I don't see any bad tail signs or anything, so we're all good in the hood there. Alright guys, so if it wasn't getting a little bit late and a little bit cold, I would actually try and get this front crash bar off. But I'm just going to sit here and show you the damage. Obviously this was the main part, you saw it What are you doing, girl shit? This was the bit that you could see when everything was together. But these are the bits that you don't see. So if I show you along this here, I think you can see the bits that are bent. Not I think, I know. So this one's the most bent because that's the side I hit. And then we've also got a little bit of a gap here, but that is literally the plastic shroud that holds the radiator. That's just gone in a little bit and pulled away from itself. But we got replacement for everything. So if I really wanted to, I would try and tackle getting the radiator off the back, and then I can pull the whole thing off. But I think the last thing I'm going to do tonight is probably strip that headlight and all the brackets and stuff off of that, so I can put that in a keep pile, which is very small at the minute. But other than that, I think we're just about there for today, or this evening. None of that looks mashed. All of this structural bit here is still okay, well, other than the bit that attaches, but it's not all hit and smashed in, so we're all good there. But yeah, I'm going to get to stripping all that and then leave it at that, I think. Strip the headlight and all that, and then done. Alright, so we are back for round 2. Oh wait, that doesn't unlock it, does it? Fuck's sake. Yo, Max. It is... Ooh. Good old manual unlocking. I will say this though, got a new airbag. It is indoors. So, I mean, that might be something I do just to get this hideous looking shit out of the way. Not entirely sure how it comes out though. Ooh, look at what the heat done to my wrap job. It's a bit shit. Let's just get to stripping the front off, I don't care. My number plate is melted. What has happened here? Alright, so guys, front crash beam balm, whatever you want to fucking call it, is off. Still really no inspection into this. I don't know how that's going to go, but it is off, and a little bit more damage inspection. This right here is all snapped. You can see it's no longer connected there where it should be, right here, which is another point of it bending. Obviously there, no connection, and then you can see that top part, which you've already seen before anyway. But yeah, I'm glad this is out of the way. We can put the straight one back on, which I am going to do tonight, just because I really, I don't want to leave the car obviously like this. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get the new crash beam and get that lined up and make sure that's all lined up properly, and see how well this section here lines up. Might have to just knock it with a hammer or something, depends. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to get to doing that now. I'm going to have a little look into this area here and go from there. Alright guys, so a little bit of an update. I haven't, slam panel's still there, I haven't got the new one on, as you can see, but I have been doing a little bit of body work. Obviously the wing is off, as you can see. There's a mess on the floor again, and here's the wing. I've pushed this dent out as much as I can. Obviously that is nowhere near straight, but it's better than what it was. I need to straighten out all these here as well so they all line up again, but I don't know how twisted they are originally. I know this is bent here, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm gonna have a look at the other side. Oh, and this bracket here, which is where the wing was attached, was all bent, so I've tried to straighten that out as much as possible. And then I'm gonna put the slam panel back on, I think, and then I'll put all the other stuff cosmetic wise on afterwards. It's about time we get that fucking new slam panel on. Alright, so guys, that's the slam panel back on. I just wanted to show you this. Them holes line up perfectly. Frame rails, not even bent. I think it was just the wing was throwing everything off, because what had happened was, where this here had bent in the middle, it had bent and pushed itself in, which is what made this gap here so like weird. I've gone this far, taken all the arch liner out, taken the wing off, just to prove myself that there's no frame damage. Everything's completely straight. That slam panel lines up perfectly, so I'm just going to get them 2 bolts in each, well, 2 bolts either side. Alright guys, this video is way too long. I am gonna leave the car as it is for this video. In the next video we are going to start getting everything back together. I'm going to get the wing on, I'm going to get headlight brackets on, going to get the hub on, we're going to get the headlights in hopefully, and just see where that video takes us, because I want to get this near enough back together and possibly on the floor on its crushed up wheel by the weekend, and we're filming this on Thursday. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I do appreciate you watching. Obviously stay tuned for everything else that's going to be happening. Come back for the next video where the car should hopefully be rolling. We are going to actually look into the fuse that's tripped for the battery, and then we'll see where we go from there. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.